wassanadarmadeshana.
What karma is? Karma means action. But according to the teachings of the Buddha, karma means volition. That means intentional actions. Purposely we have to do. And then karma is there. With intentional action, if you are going to do, physical or mental or verbal actions or deeds, that means we are going to fulfill karma. And then we have to remind everybody, your intentional action should be pure. That means with love, with kindness, with mercy, with patience, you can act. You can follow your action. It could be verbal, it could be mental, it could be, physical. Each time when we act accordingly, that means we are going to fulfill good karma in our mind or in our consciousness. At the same time, we have to remind ourselves, if we are going to practice our daily activities with evil mind, that means we are accumulating lots of evil karma in our mind. So therefore, we are asking human beings, you have to protect your life from evil people or evil world. At the same time, we have to train our mind to protect ourselves from evil thoughts of anger, jealousy, hatred, and very strong greed or attachment. Otherwise, we are inviting for pains and sorrow.
දිනපතා නවතම ධර්මදේශනා ශ්‍රවණය කිරීමට වස්සාන ධර්මදේශනා අපගේ YouTube නාලිකාව දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න. bell icon එක click කරන්න.
සමන්තා චක්කවාලේසු අත්‍රා ගච්ඡන්තු දේවතා සද්ධම්මං මුනි රාජස්ස සුනන්තු සග්ග මොක්ඛදං ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා ධම්ම ශ්‍රවණ කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස සබ්බේ සංඛාරා අනිච්චාති යදා පඤ්ඤාය පස්සති අත නිබ්බින්දති දුක්ඛේ ඒස මග්ගෝ විසුද්ධියාති. I pay my homage to the awakened one, compassionate one, fully enlightened one, who is the Buddha. Dear Dhamma friends, I would like to wish and bless everyone to be well and happy. Today, I am going to explain who is the Buddha and what kind of teachings Buddha taught us to practice in our daily lives. At the same time, how to calm our mind and then to be happy all the time throughout of our lives. Dear Dhamma friends, if I ask you who is the Buddha, answer should be Buddha means nothing but compassion and wisdom. Therefore, each time when we recite Buddhang Saranang Gacchami in Pali language, we have to promise ourselves spiritually, I have to be kind and wise. Regardless of gender, color, religion, culture, whatever, we are belongs to by our birth, but still we have to be kind and wise. What does it mean? Again, I would like to ask a second question. That means, what kind of feelings we are asking for in our lives? That means, we do everything because of our own happiness. It could be mental and physical. Therefore, everybody loves themselves. Everybody is asking for happiness, especially mental happiness. And then, we have to have a peaceful life. So that's why we are doing everything what we could, asking for our own happiness. In that way, we have to be kind ourselves first. Why? According to Buddhist teachings, we believe in rebirth. This is not our first life or going to be last. If you are not going to eradicate all kind of desires, we have suffered for millions, billions lives in our past lives. Being a human is so rare compared to animal world. You can imagine how about human population compared to animal world. We are able to count human heads, but animal world cannot count. So, without being an animal, I became a human. So, we have to respect ourselves. Therefore, first thing is you have to be kind yourself first. With that experience, you can respect and you can greet everybody, regardless of gender, religion, country, or whatever. Why? Everybody loves themselves. Nobody wants to be beaten by anyone else. It doesn't matter which skin color we got by our birth, but still, blood is red, tears are salty. By knowing this truth, I have to be kind towards myself first. With that experience, we have to practice kindness towards everyone equally. Not only for human beings, but also for all living beings, including tiny creatures. Sometimes you may ask, how about animals? All kind of animals could feel same way what human feels follow for happiness, of course. Though animals are not able to express their feelings in words, but still they are having lots of feelings of fear and love. How about puppies and cats and other loud, small animals, those who are living with us? We feel they love themselves. Even those animals are not willing to have any kind of pains. If you are not going to treat them with love and compassion, they don't like it. Sometimes they may hide. Sometimes they may react with anger or cruelty. Sometimes when we treat them with love and kindness, of course, they come to us. They are going to play with us. We feel they love us so much. Sometimes we have to say, like human beings, they cannot express their feelings, but still they act with love. They are having lots of feelings of love and kindness or compassion. By having this kind of explanations, just we have to think about humanity, humane feelings of love and compassion. If someone asks you, what's humanity? That means love and compassion. With humanity, we have to have our own experience and then to continue towards all living beings. At the same time, it should be include even tiny creatures. We have to wish, may all living beings be well and happy. This is what I ask you. Each time when we recite by saying or by reciting Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, that means we have to promise ourselves morally, I have to be kind and wise. See, when you are a kind person within your family, you can have lots of experiences between parents and children. wife and husband, brothers and sisters, not only at your home, also when you continue your duties in your workplace, sometimes between your fellow people, your fellow classmates or workers, sometimes you may feel, though you are not brothers and sisters in the same family, but you may feel we are like brothers and sisters. We are having same bloods, we are having same feelings, we are having equal wishes and expectations. Why? Because of this kindness, because of this love. Kindness could do lots of things over our human lives. So that's why when we concentrate on the Buddha means who existed on this earth, few thousands years ago, but still his teachings are alive. Especially kindness is very important in his teachings. Therefore, when we practice kindness, being a kind person, we can treat everybody equally, and then everybody feels we are in the same family under one roof. It's very important. Life is short. Life is very short. Death is certain. Anytime death comes to everybody, there are so many things are happening all over the world. Sometimes, natural disasters. Sometimes, lots of diseases are spreading, like COVID, pandemic. You and I got lots of experiences with COVID-19 pandemic. Sometimes we thought we are not able to prevent only the death. Other all kind of things we are able to avoid and prevent. But you and I realize it's not real. That's not the truth. Finally, we didn't have, freedom with our own breath. It should be, independent. Our breath should be free. It should be freely, we have to have all the time. But finally, we got, in a painful situations, we became innocent beings. We didn't have, even breath to have freely. And then lots of people have to go through lots of pains and sorrow. Finally, thousands of people were died. Thousands of people suffered a lot. This is what the Buddha said. Nothing is permanent. Transient are all component things. Sabbe sankhara anicchati yada panyaya pasati. Slowly, with our own experience, we have to realize nothing is permanent. It could be conscious or unconscious. It could be alive or, not alive. But still, everything is impermanent. Nothing is permanent. By knowing this truth, we are not asking anyone to cry. We are not asking anyone to be inactive. Of course, we have to be active. But the real thing is, any time we may leave this world, keeping everything behind. It doesn't matter how much you love yourself and others, but still, when the time comes, that means when the death comes, we have to go. We have to die. We have to leave everything and everybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Sometimes, while holding each other's hand, we should say, I love you so much. I never leave you. You are in my life. Without you, I can't survive on this earth. People used to say, but it is conventional. It is conventional. Conventionally, it's me, but absolutely nothing to say my or mine. In any language, when we use I of concept, of course, it's having concept of self, permanent self. Sometimes you may feel, oh, I'm all right. I'm permanent. I'm having a permanent entity. People would say like that. But conventionally, though we feel permanent, but absolutely nothing to say it's not permanent. Even with our own hair in our physical body, we don't have 100% control. Sometimes when we get sick, of course we have to go through treatment. We may have medical treatment, of course we have to have, but still we become innocent when we get sick and old. We are doing everything what we could because of this human body, because of our lives. That's all right. We have to work with confidence. We have to protect this body from disease. Of course, we have to go through lots of happiness, asking for what pleasure is, should be rightful. Of course, we are supposed to do. But still, we have to train our mind to accept the truth of impermanence. Again, I would like to remind you by saying everything is impermanent. We are not asking to be inactive or to cry, but to be active, but to be happy with your own present moment. So that's why we are asking you, you have to be kind yourself first. With that experience, you have to promote your kindness towards everybody equally. Of course, you may ask, yes, Reverend, sometimes we feel we have to practice kindness. Of course, I am. But there are lots of cruel people. There are lots of bad people. There are lots of evil people. Even at that time, how we are going to maintain peace of mind because of these evil people? Their action, it could be mental and verbal, everything is not right. Sometimes they are harming. Sometimes we are doing lots of bad things to us. Even at that time, what should I do? You see, all over the world, there are lots of problems. Sometimes it existed on this earth. People are killing each other. There are lots of problems having every day. And then what should we do? Of course, you have to protect your physical body from evil world. You have to protect your family from evil actions, what other people are going to do. But still, remember, you have to protect your mind from evil thoughts. Why? Any time we may leave this world, keeping everything behind, as I explained before. At the time when we leave this world, while keeping everything behind, what we are carrying with us? Do you think we are carrying our loved ones? We are carrying our belongings like property, vehicles, money, or whatever? We are not bringing anything with us. Only thing is our consciousness. According to the teachings of the Buddha, we are carrying with us what? We are carrying, whether it's good or bad karma. We are carrying karma with us when we leave this world, keeping all kind of materialistic things and living beings. What karma is? Karma means action. But according to the teachings of the Buddha, karma means volition. That means intentional actions. Purposely we have to do. And then karma is there. With intentional action, if you are going to do, physical or mental or verbal actions or deeds, that means we are going to fulfill karma. And then we have to remind everybody, your intentional action should be pure. That means with love, with kindness, with mercy, with patience, you can act. You can follow your action. It could be verbal, it could be mental, it could be, physical. Each time when we act accordingly, that means we are going to fulfill good karma in our mind or in our consciousness. At the same time, we have to remind ourselves, if we are going to practice our daily activities with evil mind, that means we are accumulating lots of evil karma in our mind. So therefore, we are asking human beings, you have to protect your life from evil people or evil world. At the same time, we have to train our mind to protect ourselves from evil thoughts of anger, jealousy, hatred, and very strong greed or attachment. Otherwise, we are inviting for pains and sorrow. Conventionally, it's me, but absolutely nothing to say my or mine. That means being a virtuous person with pure mind, of course you have to work harder, study well. And then you can get married. It depends on your wishes. And then you can have kids. Of course you have to continue your job's duties towards yourself and others. Also, you have to protect your family, including your parents, wife, husband, brothers, sisters, so on. It depends on your capacity. Sometimes there are lots of duties to between wife and husband, parents and children, and brothers and sisters. But you have to decide what you are supposed to do. But still, when we talk about parents and children, we have to continue our duties towards them. Sometimes we are not able to support them with money or any other materialistic things, but still, with our pure thoughts and pure heart, we are supposed to assist them to live happily. Why? We practice compassion. Being a human is so rare, I explained before. With that experience, just we have to share our feelings while doing good things towards others equally. And then we are going to fulfill our duties towards each other. That means with pure heart, we are supporting everybody. When we are having kind of problems because of, this human world, of course we have to protect ourselves. At the same time, we have to protect our own mind from evil thoughts of anger, jealousy, hatred, so on. Conventionally, it's me. Again, I would like to remind you to think about that, but absolutely nothing to say my or mine. If we are going to train minded people with pure mind, when we leave this world, of course we are carrying good thoughts, we call as good karma with us. And then we are going to reborn in a good place, good realm. Because of this good consciousness and pure mind. Just say, if you are going to be angry, we are all the time, also we are going to act with, evil mind all the time. Sometimes we are so hectic, sometimes we are so angry, sometimes we are so greedy. People used to say, even in the same family, you are so greedy, sometimes you are so, anxious, sometimes you are so hectic, sometimes we feel we are so, bad towards each other. We are doing, badly. Why we are going to act like this? For short time of this life, we have to live happily. We have to spend our time with joy. At the same time, we have to respect everybody. Why? Anytime we may leave this world, and then we are going to, carry our mind with what we accumulated, good or bad, in our mind. If you are going to carry good things or good karma with us, we can have a good realm in our next life. If you are going to carry bad karma or evil things, definitely we are going to have bad or, evil realm or place to reborn. So that's why we are asking all the time. We have to clean our mind from evil thoughts. Sometimes you may say, Venerable or Reverend, we are competitive at this time. There are so many things just we have to do. Even at home, we have to do, sometimes family things. We are having lots of problems we have to go through. Sometimes we have to undertake lots of things because of, family members, because of duties, of course, we know. But still, train your mind to accept the truth of, sicknesses old age, and finally death. Just we have to go through these kind of, natural things, what we are supposed to face for. When we come to this world, especially as human beings, there is suffering. Old age, sicknesses, death, associating with unfriendly people, departing from loved ones, not getting what we want. Simply, or in summary, just we have to say this whole life is in danger. By saying that, again I would like to remind everybody, we are not inviting anyone to be inactive, or we are not going to invite everybody to cry, everybody to cry, but still you have to be mindful. That's the real nature. And then for each moment should be happy time in our mind by knowing this truth, and then we are going to treat everybody equally. After this life, what's going to be happen? As I explained before, if we have done lots of good things, definitely we are going to reborn in a good place or good realm. If we have done most of the time bad things or evil thoughts in our mind, definitely we are going to reborn in an evil place. Sometimes we may come in loved ones' dreams. When someone, departed this world, who is in a bad realm or in a bad place, that means who became a ghost, and then who needs help from their loved ones, those who are survived on this earth or in this human world. At that time, someone may appear in loved ones' dreams at night. That means they are asking for help, from us. At that time, we can practice dana. Dana means generosity. We have to donate something to virtuous people. We can share our love and compassion with others by doing good things. That means we have to support needy people. We have to make others' heart happy. Also, we have to protect even animals' lives while supporting human beings. At the same time, we have to be patient with understanding. Sometimes we may face for lots of problems. At that time, of course, we have to protect ourselves. At the same time, we have to calm our mind and then make a peaceful environment everywhere, wherever you are going to live. That means you are going to practice dana or generosity. At the same time, you have to be very disciplined people. That means sila. Sila means being a moral people. Of course, we have to be. And then people may feel, of course, we are coming from different countries. We are coming from different religious background. We are coming from different ethical, background. But still, we feel we are in the same, situations. We are in the same boat. That means human beings are having same feelings of, hunger and thirst. Everybody is asking for happiness, of course, but still, everybody feels hunger and thirst. Of course, we have to support equally and then to be happy. See, by doing this kind of activities, we are going to be, virtuous people. At the same time, meditation. In Pali language, we call as bhavana. Bhavana means meditation. That means we have to make a peaceful mind. We have to concentrate on virtues. We have to concentrate on good people. They are coming from different, background. Sometimes our religions, our practices and beliefs are different. But still, as I explained before, blood is red, tears are salty. And then we can feel we are not different from our humanity. We are not different from human feelings of love and, compassion. And then we have to support each other and then to treat equally everybody. I would like to remind you, death is certain, life is uncertain. Any time we may leave this world keeping everything behind. When we leave this world, we are carrying what we did on this earth, what we did while living on this earth. That means our pure thoughts, what we accumulated in our mind, is carrying with us while giving a good realm to us. If we have done lots of bad things or evil things, practicing anger, jealousy, hatred, cruelty, there are so many things. Not only that, also if you are having lots of, attachment, sometimes towards parents, towards family members or loved ones, of course you have to do your duties towards your family members and loved ones, fellow human beings. But still, it is conventional. It is conventional. Any time we may leave this world, even 100% control. We don't have 100% control even our physical body. So that's why we are asking, of course, while holding, you may say, I love you, my darling. While holding each other's hand, you can do your own duties, but still, any time we may leave this world. For a moment, everything may happen. Everything may collapse. That's the real nature. So that's why we are asking you to train your mind with love and compassion, but should not be strong attachment. We call as a non-attachment. We are not supposed to I am not asking you to 100% cut off everything. That means to practice detachment. Attachment is there, but should be with understanding. And then we have to say it's a non-attachment, because attachment is there, but conventionally we understand should be detachment also there. So that's why we used to say should be non-attachment. That means we are having pure thoughts in our mind. When we leave this world, we may live with pure thoughts and then to have a good realm. That means it could be a heaven, it could be a human world. We can come back to this human world like that. But according to the teachings of the Buddha, birth is suffering. Birth is suffering. When we came to this world, we have to go through lots of problems like sicknesses, old age, and finally we have to face for death. So that's why it says life is suffering. But though this life is suffering, but still we have to remind ourselves to be happy all the time. And then we can have a happy life throughout of this human nature. Otherwise, we are going to be unhappy on this earth. At the same time, we are going to reborn in a bad realm and then continue suffering or misery for thousands or millions of lives. Therefore, by knowing this truth, be mindful all the time. What kind of things you have to be mindful with? You have to be mindful. Life is short. Death is, certain. By knowing this truth, live at the present moment with pure heart. Respect everybody equally. Evil world is everywhere. Bad people may be everywhere. But you have to protect your body, your lives. At the same time, protect your mind from anger, jealousy, or strong attachment. And then we can have a happy life all the time. Sometimes you are in a small hut. Sometimes you are under a very, very rich house. It's like a monster house. But still, our pure thoughts should be there. And then we can find our own self-satisfaction or mental happiness. By the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, may you be well, happy and peaceful. Finally attain supreme Nibbana. Akasattha ca bummattha deva naga mahidika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu sasanang. Akasattha ca bummattha deva naga mahidika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanang. Akasattha ca bummattha deva naga mahidika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkantu lokasasanang. Dear Dhamma Prince, this Dhamma sermon is sponsored by Abhaya, Priyani, Chathuri and Avishka, who are living in London. Purpose of this sermon is to transfer merits towards dearest mother of Rafael and Mrs. Maria, who passed away in London 3 years ago. To transfer merits to all departed relatives of Abhaya and Priyani. May Mrs. Maria and all departed relative obtain these merits. May they be well and peaceful wherever they may be. May they attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. May Banthe, who preached Dhamma talk, obtain this merit, and may his wishes come true. All the success in his religious activities. I would like to rejoice in this merit by saying Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. We wish all the best and happiness to the Dhamma talk organizer, Mr Gaya Dushyantha and the team. By the blessings of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, may you be well, happy and peaceful, finally attain supreme Nibbana. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
විදෙස්ගතව සිටින ඔබටත් ඔබේ ජන්මදිනය වෙනුවෙන් ඔබෙන් වෙන් වූ නෑහිත මිතුරන් වෙනුවෙන් පුණ්‍ය අනුමෝදනා කිරීමටත් සුජීවත්ව සිටින ඔබේ දෙමාපියන්ට ආශිර්වාද කිරීමටත් වස්සාන ධර්මදේශනා YouTube නාලිකාව ඔස්සේ දායකත්ව ධර්මදේශනා ප්‍රචාරය කිරීම සඳහා දැන්ම කතා කරන්න 071 57 57 13 දුරකථන අංකයට 071 57 57 13 දුරකථන අංකයට ධම්ම සුබ සැමට තෙරුවන් සරණයි.
071 8 57 57 13 071 8 57 57 13
වස්සාන ධර්මදේශනා දිනපතා නවතම ධර්මදේශනා ශ්‍රවණය කිරීමට වස්සාන ධර්මදේශනා අපගේ YouTube නාලිකාව දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න. බෙල් අයිකනය ක්ලික් කරන්න. වස්සාන ධර්මදේශනා